What is one big thing you think is missing in modern marriages that is falling short of God's standards?
It will be purpose, the why. Like, why are we coming together? Why are we doing this together? Why not somebody else? Once you know why, it's easy to commit it in the hands of God.
For me, I won't say purpose. I would say something like wisdom. Like Pastor Adeboye married his wife even before he found Christ. So think about it. And the marriage lasted 65 years. Even Pastor Benny that married his wife as God showed him that, oh, this is your wife. They divorced. So what I'm saying is that wisdom is a principality. If you know how to make good judgment, even right now that you don't know your purpose.
There's also that problem of you try to feel like, oh, because I like this person. You can like everybody.
The current relationship and marriage lack wisdom. Modern girls will ask you for money even before they know you. And then modern men will ask for a woman to sleep with them before they know her, and they will claim they are looking for husband and wife. So, ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to Couples Time, and I'm right here in the studio with my co-hosts. Please introduce yourself. It's you that they don't know, they know me.
Okay, my name is Zion. Hey, Zion, but just call me Zion.
They should just call you Zion.
Yeah, Zion works.
So we'll be talking about couples, and we'll be grounding it in biblical realities, and we'll try to stay within that confines. We are not of the word. We are not with the word. We are for the word. Anyway, and by the word, I'm talking about word.
Yeah. Whatever you
translated that to me.
Yeah, exactly.
So, my first question for you is simple. What is the one big thing that you think is missing in modern marriage and dating? They are not married, so be careful.
Yeah.
From just your perspective, your observation, what is one big thing you think is missing in modern marriages that is falling short of God's standards?
Okay, one thing that is missing in modern marriages. Well, I think it will be purpose. The why. Like, why are we coming together? Why are we doing this together? Why not somebody else? Why you?
Why are we doing this
Yes, together? Why are we doing this together?
We'll find out.
But seriously, like, I believe that once you know why, it's easy to commit it in the hands of God. And when you know your why, you have to ensure that your why is aligning with the will of God. Because one will chase 1,000, two will put 10,000 to flight. If you are not chasing 1,000 first, your 10,000 is shaky because there's nothing to really put to flight.
Rema.
Word.
Okay.
All right. So I think one thing that's missing really is purpose. You don't know why. I see this person. I like this person. That brought to my mind
the idea that when the purpose of a thing is not divine,
abuse is inevitable.
So what you are saying is that because modern marriage don't have purpose, that's where they often fall short.
I'm sorry, but that's the truth. That's the truth. No.
One Yahoo boy meets one content creator, and both of them will trend for 3 years. After trending for 3 years, divorce. And that's the thing. There's also that problem of you try to feel like, oh, because I like this person, you can like everybody. After you enter that relationship, you will still discover that you have found somebody else that you like even more than the person you're with. Okay.
It's just it's dopamine. It's biological. It's chemical. You naturally like people. But if you know why you are with this person, you know what you're supposed to do together, then it makes sense. It makes so much sense. So even when you are having disagreement, because disagreements will happen, you are still focused on why you are together. You're not focused on, oh, I'm going to tear this person apart or fighting, and that's all that we're focused on. But when you don't know why, the fight is the end of that relationship. The fight is the end of that marriage.
Do you know that for me, I won't say purpose. I would say something like wisdom. Because wisdom is a principal thing. Right?
Yeah, facts.
And if you think about it, wisdom is about the idea of making good judgments. Right? So you might not know your purpose very early in life. You might even marry by 20, 21. You might marry by 30.
20,
and you don't even know what God called you for. Jesus started manifesting his ministry by 30. Of course, you will say that Jesus have known his ministry even before he was born. But basically, he started his ministry.
To learn.
Yeah.
He started to submit himself with his parents.
And I will not, to be frank, I will not advise anyone to wait even till 30 before they marry. So the thing is,
why?
Biologically, it doesn't help them.
A man or a woman?
Both.
Okay, continue.
So for a woman, you will have lost 90% of your hair by the time you're 30. For a woman, you have the problem of having to deal with university education. A lot of guys will tempt you, toast you. By the time you're 30, you have already gone through a lot of gauntlets. And then you are incapable of bounding again. And so generally, the reason why in the ancient time, even Mary was bestowed to Joseph by, I think, age 14 or so.
13.
Is it 13? Yeah. So think about it. They marry early because they know that, the temptation of the world is high. And,
we'll talk about this thing later, maybe some other time.
We'll talk
we
about
will,
it.
because I
Of course,
have
definitely.
a contrary opinion to it.
You can express them now.
No. Wait.
But basically, I believe that if you marry early, it gives you a whole lot of order and direction. And then you and your partner can find out what you guys purpose look like. So that's why I say wisdom is a principal. It's making wise judgment, which is like, are you choosing the person that, like Pastor Adeboye, married his wife even before he found Christ? So think about it. And the marriage lasted 65 years. Even Pastor Benny that married his wife as God showed him that, oh, this is your wife. They divorced. So what I'm saying is that wisdom is a principal. If you know how to make good judgment, even right now that you don't know your purpose, if you know how to make good judgment, which is like, oh, you know that a person that can grow is what you are looking for. A person that when God finally speak the direction your life should go, they will be willing and ready. Oh no, a person that's already wise enough to know that there are times and there are seasons, right? Things will change. Purpose will change, direction will change. God may call you to a new purpose, all of that. So that person that knows that when two comes together, they become one. All those things. So I believe wisdom is a principle. The current relationship and marriage lack wisdom. That's what I think. They lack, and it can show and reflect, like you were saying, in the patterns of their dating. The other day I was talking about, I think it's one of my recent videos, I was talking about modern girls will ask you for money even before they know you. They will ask a typical stranger, hello, can you help me with this? Someone will go, And then modern men will ask for a woman to sleep with them before they know her. You want to sleep with a stranger? And they will claim they are looking for husband and wife. And you know where they have a problem? Let me show you. The person that is asking for a stranger for money forgot that as at that time, you are a stranger. So you don't know that guy finance, you don't know his structure, you don't know everything. And you ask him for money and he gave you. If that guy give you money that time, he will give it to another stranger another day. So even when you become his wife, that guy will still give money to stranger because he wants to sleep with them. And if that girl sleeps with you while you are yet a stranger, that girl will sleep with another stranger.
Okay.
Because she's comfortable sleeping with strangers. She doesn't know you. You have not paid her price. At the end of the day, there's always a time that everybody will submit. There's the time where the sex up. So whether it's before marriage, during marriage, whatever. But the worst case is that a stranger, somebody just missed last week. A guy is telling me that I've just met this girl. I'm asking her to come to my house. She doesn't want to come to her. I was saying, what do you want her to come and do in your house?
Bible study.
What do you want her to come and? So these are just basic reality. Like if you have wisdom, you know that what you are asking for is at your own detriment.
Sure.
So often that when we preach and we talk about you have to keep the bed on the fire, we are helping you. We are talking about you, not necessarily the girl.
Sure.
If you think about it, it's about you. Because if you marry a girl that will give it to you, it will give it to another person. So it's the same principle that applies. If you marry a guy that is ready to spend oblate on you before you even know him, that guy, we think he's going to get you with money. And we also do the same thing with other girls. So if it's not principle with his money, it's not principle with you. I always tell people, young guys, your money is your youth. Your money is your youth. If you are ready to give it out to somebody else, you don't value your own life. You spend 6 hours to work. Let me give you this math. Very simple math. Let's say you are working 150,000 a month. That's about 5,000 a day. And if a girl asks you, please, can you give me your 5K or 10K? He's asking for your day's work. The work that you did this week, she's asking for you to give 2 days out of it. So think about it. You are ready to give 2 days, 2 of your working days, to a girl you don't know.
To a stranger.
To a stranger you don't know because you want to get a bigger chance with her. You are a fool. So that's the thing.
You say you're a fool.
I'm serious.
Are you serious?
The same Ephesians they are quoting. I think Ephesians 5:4. I think so. He said, we have to walk circumspectly,
Yeah,
as wise and not as fools.
True.
So I think wisdom is what is lacking. You don't even need to have purpose before you do. But if you have wisdom, you will know that for instance, this person I'm dealing with doesn't even know their purpose in life yet.
Yes.
And even me, I don't know my purpose. So at least if we cannot both agree to disagree that when purpose come, we need to find a way to know that we are one now. We must figure out that purpose. Not like, I finally find my purpose, and you are finally finding your purpose. So we need to do error. The moment you guys have decided to marry each other without having purpose, when purpose come, you will stay together and forever. Pick one of the purposes.
Yes.
You cannot say purpose has growing. He has outgrown me. It won't work. So I think wisdom is what is lacking. Wisdom is lacking.
I remember growing up, there was something my father used to tell me. My father used to say that when you are in primary school, you would see somebody that catches your fancy. When you get to secondary school, you would see somebody that is someone else that catches your fancy.
Exactly.
When you get to university, you see another person that catches your fancy. So you have to get to a point where you have a background wisdom, a background knowledge that, you know what, even if it's primary school that I've seen the one that catches my fancy, let us grow together. Because that's what you will do, even when you find that purpose. There are several dynamics in purpose that also, there are still some bends
the evolution,
and
there
turns.
will be evolution.
Yes, there are some bends and turns, but if there is a practical understanding, wisdom of, okay, you know what, even if we find out this thing in the future, we're still doing this thing together.
We have become two, and a man shall leave his father's house and cleave unto his wife.
I sorry to cut you. I think that's the thing that, the fathers, those people that their marriages have lasted. I think that's one thing that they understood. I think because looking back at it, you look at someone like Pastor Iya Adeboye. He was married. The wife was married to a lecturer. A lecturer that was not even planning to be a Christian.
Exactly.
So it is one thing to even be a Christian first, then get used to, okay, my husband is a Christian, okay, Proverbs 31 woman. Then you are hearing, oh no, you have to be the head of Redeem. How?
And you have to fast.
I'm supposed to be Mommy Gio in charge of other women.
Do you know? I heard the testimony of Bishop Iya Adeboye and Bishop Oyedebo, and he said that Mommy was the director of Bible school or something like that for all the pastors. That there's no pastor in Winners Chapel that do not go through the teachings of Mommy.
Are you serious?
And I was like, so
it should have taken a long.
So Mommy was teaching all the pastors.
Wow.
So you might think, it's my husband that was called.
Yeah.
No, Mommy was teaching all the pastors.
Yes.
So you don't know where the evolution of your life
is going to get to.
So that's why I believe that knowing purpose, it's like we are overkilling in purpose. You want to keep purpose. Purpose will still change you.
To be honest.
Yeah.
There's that dynamics with purpose.
So I think wisdom is a principle, and the Bible always echo hammer on it.
Yeah, get wisdom. Get wisdom.
And then the funny thing is that you cannot have wisdom in isolation.
Yes.
It has to be grounded in knowledge, and you have to have understanding.
Sure.
And I think it's something we have to talk about maybe some other time. What it means to seek knowledge and how to find it, and then how to grant your understanding, and what even does this wisdom I'm talking about mean.
Sure.
But just know that for now in this episode, you should know that wisdom is a principal thing.
Yeah.
And you should make wise choices, which is like make good decisions. Is this woman ready to change?
Yeah.
And is this man going to change?
Yes, there's that. True. Because, and you can see from the patterns. If you see someone that is very, very rigid, you should know.
No, that's how they used to do in our house.
Just
that's one of the first things. That's how they used to do in our house.
Minimize your struggle. Minimize it. Don't make it too far. Don't. It's too rigid. It's not easy. It's not bendable. You cannot just say, okay, let's do this, and say, okay, give me a week. Let me pray about it. Let me.
Do you know that
it's a problem?
Something amazes me about people. In Genesis, God said, "Come, let's make man in our image." So God reasons with others.
Yeah.
And then you see this guy that doesn't want to reason with his own partner. Not even with other people, just with his own reward in this life of vanity.
I think
with the bone of his bone and marrow of his flesh of his. What is happening?
It's a problem, really. It's a problem. Even both ways, because you can't grow in isolation. It
Yeah,
doesn't work.
exactly.
It never has worked for anybody.
Yeah, I think I learned something from John C. Maxwell. He said one is too small a number to attain greatness.
True.
So I think we always need the company of others, and they should be open to wise counsels. Only a fool thinks in his own heart that he knows it all, but the wise listen to the counsels of others. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and also when it comes to wisdom, I mean, the Bible gives you a template. If you need wisdom, just ask God. And now the problem is, like we were saying the other time, like your problem is when you ask, you don't. There's also the part of seeking wisdom, asking people questions, reading books, asking questions. Okay, what you see somebody with 35-year-old marriage that is lasting long. You are saying, oh, that is old school. You're not asking questions. Even scripture says that, there's a part in Proverbs, I can't remember this chapter and verse now, but it says, your latter end shall be greater than the former. And he said, ask from the previous generation. So basically, the wisdom for a greater increase is asking from those that have gone ahead of you.
Yeah.
So as much as you're asking God, I need wisdom for my marriage, ask questions, read books. People that have had wealth of experience, people that have done this thing even before you were born, have written books for you. So why not just read those books, work with those books, ask questions, go to conferences, go for seminars, do tests, take tests. There's some psychological tests that you need to take to know yourself.
There's this girl I was dating at one time. I sent her some books now. Oh, we should read about. You know what she told me?
Please don't say
no. All these people that are used to read all these things, you can ask them, they are not used to crash. That no matter what somebody read, it doesn't matter. If your marriage will crash, you crash. I say, hey, it's me that you want to do playing test. You want to use it to do crash course.
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be seeing in the next episode. This is Couple Time with Elon and Zion.
That's so cute.
We see you in the next one.
Bye.